Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am dressed so inappropriately for the fanciness of this item. That's just how I am, folks. That's just how I do. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, yeah, I'm wearing super grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review for you. That is absolutely the case today. I went over there, got off work. Work ran late because we had a meeting after our normal work hours. And when everything was said and done, I was super hungry because I hadn't really eaten lunch and, just had like a bag of chips earlier in the night. And I was like, man. So originally I was going to go to Taco Bell, try to get their breakfast, but they're never fucking open for breakfast. So I'm officially giving up on that. But instead, I went over there and I hit up a little supermarket chain called Angelo Caputo's, or like a fresh market kind of place. And I love this place. It's a great location. Plenty of really good stuff. I've reviewed plenty of stuff from there. And I just got through reviewing one of their sub sandwiches. Go watch that video. But I was making my way through, and I literally, I grabbed a couple things. I didn't want to, a whole bunch of shit. Went over there. And as I was, in line at the register, I saw this item, and I was like, I gotta, okay. So, what is it? What are we doing here, folks? Well, it happens to be, boom, it's super fancy. These are from Wawel, odd 1898, guessing from 1898. Truffle Wawelu. Truffle Wawelu. That's what I'm going with on that. And that is intensive wine cacao, something like that. So basically, all right. First of all, let's get a thing for the thing before I forget, because it's not impossible. I'll forget. Ha 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 ha! We do a thing. Ha 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 ha! Basically, what it amounts to, Wawel is the company. These are like little truffle bite things, and they are apparently rum-flavored truffle chocolate, is what I basically was able to gather, and I believe they're from Poland, because I didn't see a thing on here that, because it's all mostly in Polish, but I did do a little bit of research on it and everything. Oh yeah, it says Polska. And yeah, so I guess they're like a Polish treat and they're rum flavored. I was not able to get a strong answer as to whether or not if there's any actual alcohol in them. I don't think so. From what the majority of what I saw, it seemed to be just flavored, but we'll find out. So yeah, and these, come on, they're all fancy and stuff. Well, fancier than I am, but folks, I don't try to be fancy. I stay in my lane. I'm a man of the people. Woo, you can smell it. Damn, son. Woo-hoo-hoo. These might actually contain some alcohol. Because that's not just a rum smell, that's an alcohol smell. But let's give it a go. And I've had, rum candies and stuff before, and, alcohol candies and stuff. I don't mind a little bit here and there. I don't really drink too much, but, as a flavoring, looks like that. It's kind of like a Snickers or a bit of a Twix. That is just smooth, man. That's so smooth. Okay. Very, very rich, very decadent. Entirely smooth throughout. Lots of flavor. Lots of flavor. Definitely like a dark chocolate to it. And it's got that depth to the chocolate. There's a lot going on there. And then it's got, I'm still not 100% sure, like, it's different from certain other alcohol-based candies that I've had. Because, like, I've had ones that literally just have alcohol in them. You know, like actual pockets of the stuff. In this case, I don't know. Like, there's definitely a rum flavor for sure. But it's interesting because it's not, you know, I'm more used to sort of like, you know, the little bit that I do drink. There's only, because I'll kind of do rum a little bit. I have some coffee rum that I like to go over there. I like to drink a shot for Halloween. That's why it's been in my fucking cupboard for years now, because it's taken so long to get through it. But I'm more like used to more of like a spiced rum kind of thing, you know, a little heat on it. That's not really the case with this. It's more kind of flavored, and again, it's a little bit different than like sort of the rum flavor I'm used to. It's almost got, for me, it almost has kind of like a raisin or like a dried fruit kind of flavor to it. It's really weird. Like, it's not at all what I was expecting. And maybe that's just me having a stroke. I don't know. But it's... Let's do another one. Because you bite into it, and it's subtle at first. It's there, though. And again, for me, it almost has like a fruity kind of flavor to it. But again, not like a vibrant fruit way. Again, kind of almost like a dried fruit kind of way. Like a fig or a raisin or something. There are hits of it. I'm going to go on record as saying, I do think there's a little bit of alcohol in here. Not much, because I'm not getting like a burn or anything like that. But there are times when you'll bite into it and you'll get like a sort of an alcohol hit where it has almost like a borderline medicinal kind of aspect to it. It just kind of hits and then it fades out very quickly. It definitely doesn't have a heavy alcohol flavor, if there is any alcohol or if they're just emulating that somehow. But, I mean, I'm down with that, man. It reminds me a little bit of like a very rich, kind of, very deep sort of raisinette, basically. I like raisinette, so it works for me, man. It's really weird. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I'm personally going to go with yes and yes. I mean, Polish folks know what it's doing, or know what they're doing when it comes to food and all that stuff. Plus a lot of other things, too, I'm sure. I love some Polish sausage. Oh my God, Polish sausage. It's one of the best things in the world. But they apparently been doing this shit since 1898. I mean, that says a lot right there. But beyond that, it's like, no, man, I'm actually down with these. Like, they're not something I would get as a regular thing, like as a regular treat, because they're very rich. And like eating a bag of these things, granted, you shouldn't be eating a bag of chocolates like that anyway, but let's be honest, we all do it sometimes. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to go through an entire bag of these in one sitting. But as just like a cool little thing, you know, like, especially these would be cool to have as like something that you could share with people, you know, because there's a lot of fun to them. You know, they are a little bit naughty. They are a little bit, ooh, you know, it's got a little bit of a, tiny little bit of an alcohol hit kind of thing. You know, it's a little bit of fun without being like obnoxious or, you know, because again, like I've had alcohol candies that are really just like, what the fuck even. These, though, they're still focused on the candy aspect, and, you know, it just gives it a little bit of an interesting flavor, a little bit of an interesting edge. And other than that, I mean, like, they're really tasty, and I like what they're doing. So, you know, I'd get them again every now and again. And if I'm recommending them, like I said, I think, you know, as long as you go into it understanding what you're getting into. If you want a really heavy alcohol flavor, again, there are alcohol candies that are like that. This isn't that. Conversely, if you want just a straight normal candy, this isn't that either. You know, and I could be wrong. It could be just them emulating that flavor, that experience. But I do think that there's probably a little bit of alcohol in there. And I know not everybody's like that. One of my frequent viewers, Mr. Oda Khaled, you know, that's just not his thing. He doesn't, you know, he's not into the alcohol on any level. And that's perfectly fine. And like I said, I don't drink to any real regard myself, but I'm willing to enjoy some of the flavorings and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think as long as you understand what you're getting into, if it seems like something that would be interesting to you, it does taste like a quality product, and I like what it's doing, I would definitely recommend it. But if it's something where you're just like, just leave it. I don't think it's anything you need to experience. But I do think, again, it's a quality product, and it's kind of fun. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Whew, I'm tired. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Stupendous rest here, folks. Go over there. Have yourselves a truly Polish truffle rum-tastic rest of your life, I guess, because that's a sentence that I just said. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our life. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing for me is I need to go home and get to sleep. Like, I'm super duper tired. But that might not be the thing for you. Granted, you should rest well. Make sure you're doing that shit. Like, that's crucial to your health and, just literally, it sets your whole fucking day. But aside from that, hey folks, what are your opinions on Polish food and Polish treats and stuff like that? Have you gone over there and experienced a lot of it, or, is it something that maybe you haven't had a lot of experience with yet? For me personally, I'm German, and, Germany and Poland, we have a little bit of a dicey history, not gonna lie, but we also share similar flavors and stuff like that. A lot of times you can get very similar, the same kind of items and stuff. So I've certainly had a good deal of Polish food in my life. And I'm going to say this. And I might get my German card revoked. I do like Polish sausage more than bratwurst. Oh, God, don't hit me. Anyway, bye.